We can hear the clapping now as we get ready for another day of market trading. Friday was a washout last Friday. Yesterday, we finished down again. I think the Nasdaq's been down close 4 or 5% in the last 2 days. Do we get some more buys themselves today? Well, there you go. The confetti is flying. Let's get this day underway. The Dow up 105 right out of the gate. As you take a look at the Dow 30, Nike, Salesforce.com, Boeing at the top. Some of the energy plays lower. Chevron down at the bottom. Honeywell and Coca-Cola slightly lower. Let's take a look at the S&P if we can. The S&P also showing it was going to again, certainly in the pre-market of what, 30%? That's exactly where it is. Up about 13 points, the S&P at 4,043. And take a look at the Nasdaq. Has been taking a hammering over the last couple of days, up modestly, up 0.5% at 12,082. And talking of the Nasdaq, let's again take a look at those big tech numbers. And we're all in the green. Again, Apple, 162, up 0.6. Amazon up 1%. Meta up. Alphabet up about 0.5%. Same story for Microsoft. All right. Elon Musk, by the way, taking another step to try and terminate his acquisition of Twitter. What's he saying now? Good morning, Susan Lee.
Good morning to you. Elon Musk amending his filing, and he's adding in the whistleblower complaint. So he's now alleging breach of contract from Twitter and outright fraud, which, of course, gives Musk the right to walk away from this $44 billion deal. Now, Twitter has also, they have responded this morning saying, no way. We intend to enforce this agreement, close the deal on the initial terms, $54.20. Now, the whistleblower complaint, I should remind our viewers, alleging that Twitter knew it had more bots on the platform, even incentivize workers to turn a blind eye to these spam accounts. Now, also some severe security lapses that were alleged as well that could pose as a national security risk. And the whistleblower says that even one or more foreign spies actually worked at Twitter. So the thinking on the market is, so with this new amended filing, Elon Musk could possibly delay the trial in October, more discovery power, meaning he could unearth more documents. This could bring Twitter down to a lower price and a possible takeover, or Musk could possibly walk away with lower damages. I think the stock is telling you down we're sub $40 right now, that obviously the upper hand goes to Elon Musk with this whistleblower complaint.
Wow, what a soap opera. All right, let's move on to Apple. Their big launch event is just over a week away. And what's this about 4 new iPhones?
You usually do get 4 new iPhones each and every year. I'll even throw in a new Apple Watch that's anticipated. And every September since 2012, millions watch the event, whether online or live. So expect an upgraded camera on these new iPhones. You get a faster new chip, the A16 Bionic. Also,
wow.
You'll get no more minis, no more mini phones, but you're going to get a regular large screen 6.7-inch phone, which I'm excited about. A new watch. As we know, wearables are now a Fortune 100 company on its own. They sell tens of billions each year. And the event is called Far Out. So you have a lot of people on Wall Street trying to figure out what exactly that means. Does it indicate more hints at virtual and augmented reality, which could be a new device intro next year for the first time in close to a decade? Now, it's also important to note that this is Apple's launch event, and it's taking place a week earlier than usual, and just in time for the start of the NFL football season. So also Wall Street is thinking, okay, Apple's favored to get the NFL Sunday ticket. If that's the case, maybe we'll get an announcement before then, and they could be paying about $2.5 billion for that NFL Sunday ticket. But as you know, traditional broadcast and cable, they should be really concerned. We have deep-pocketed tech companies that don't play by the same rules bidding on these multi-billion-dollar sports rights.
$2.5 billion a year.
That's
well,
$1 billion
Apple could afford
more.
It, there's no doubt.
Yeah, and that's $1 billion more than what
incredible.
DirecTV was paying. So when you have that much money, you can pay a lot more.
That's tough to compete with. All right, we had some companies who reported before the bell. All right, Susan, let's begin with Best Buy.
Yeah, so Best Buy is pulling their guidance for 2025, and that's despite a better spring sales season. So they did really well in the spring, made more money, made more sales, comparable sales, comp sales, as we call them, foot traffic, dropped less than expected. So the American consumer continues to spend on high-price items, mind you, in electronics. I also want to show you China's Google, Baidu, reporting here better profit and sales in the springtime, strong recovery in sales and cloud, and that's despite the zero COVID policies and lockdowns taking place there in China. But of course, the audit and whether or not the SEC is going to allow some of these U.S. listed Chinese companies to stick around, I think, is weighing on the stock.
All right, another company with a lot of Bs, Bed Bath & Beyond. They're going to unveil their turnaround plan tomorrow. What could we hear? What's expected?
Yeah, a lot of alliteration there. So meme stock traders continue to pile in, hoping for maybe a new strategic plan, maybe turn around those slowing sales. Wall Street wants to hear about cash burn and building up a cash pile. Also, they want to hear about whether or not suppliers are confident to start shipping their goods again to the home goods retailer. The Journal, of course, reporting that Bed Bath is on the verge of getting a lifeline of $400 million in a loan from banks. So that will be good for them.
It will indeed. Let's talk about the EV makers. China's biggest electric vehicle maker, BYD, having battery production issues. Is that right?
Well, I think the BYD story is the Oracle of Omaha. By the way, Warren Buffett turning 92 today. Did you know he was born in 1930 and still making a lot of money? So
he's the Energizer Bunny.
He is incredible,
he keeps
right?
Going.
My goodness. So he's cashing so he's cashing out $47 million in his Chinese electric car play. He still owns around 20% in BYD, but he's called the Oracle of Omaha for a reason. He has made over 600% on his initial 2008 investment. So that's an $8 billion stake that he still owns there in BYD. Now, I also want to show you Lucid, because we talk about EV makers, and Lucid, of course, a hot EV stock. And they're filing for a so-called shelf offering to raise maybe up to $8 billion. The electric car maker said that it has no plan to sell any securities at this time. But Lucid, as you know, has been reducing the amount of cars they say they will make this year. And even Elon Musk is jumping in saying, yeah, it's great to say that you'll make the cars, but actually making the cars and production, it's a tough job.
Yes, and he would know. All right, Susan, great stuff as always. Thank you very much. Let's take a look at the big board. I called it the big bird the other day, and I'm not sure why. It's the big board, up 96, 99 points. We'll call it 100, up 1/3%. Let's take a look at some of the winners on the Dow. As we take a look at those 30 stocks, we can show you that Boeing is up there, up 2.5%. Nike up nearly 2%. Salesforce.com, Amex, American Express up about 1%. 3M also up close 1%. Take a look at the S&P 500 winners. Best Buy, we just talked about them. They're up 6%. The Gap up 5%. How about the cruise lines? Carnival, Norwegian, both up 4-5%. Not bad at all. And as for the Nasdaq, Okta up 3%. It was down yesterday, I believe. Netflix up 2%. PayPal among some of the winners on NASDAQ up 1.5%.